My name is Bart Kant. So I'm a second-time pitcher at PitchBreakfast. So I was here 3.5 years ago when I was the CTO of a tech company. Today I'm here wearing multiple hats. I'm the founder of the Digital Asset and AI Innovation Council. So we meet monthly in our co-working space, bring all the innovators that are interested in AI together and talk about industry trends and demos and visions. And then I'm here as the CEO of Rethink AI. So Rethink AI is a company that I started with my co-founder Mitra, only 4 months old. 4 months old, so very, very new from that perspective. So I'm here to introduce you to Message to AI. And so Message to AI is an AI-powered text messaging tool that really focuses on revolutionizing how we communicate and how we bring productivity to multiple industries. So one of the slides got a little bit messed up here. So AI is going to be everywhere, right? So it's already in our lives. And if you listen to Satya Nadella from CEO of Microsoft, we're on the cusp of a revolution in artificial intelligence. AI will become ubiquitous and essential to everything we do. And Message AI is riding that wave of transformation. And we're going to do that by inserting AI into everyday text messaging. So what is AI text messaging? It's a messaging platform where we combine the really advanced AI with a unique knowledge base to provide instant and powerful assistance. So think about it, you're going to a conference, right? And you don't want to download the app, or you forget to download the app. Well, you want a text message, what's on the agenda? Who's the speaker? Where do I go for my next sessions? If you're a guest at a boutique hotel or an Airbnb, you want to know when is the pool closed at the boutique hotel? What are some of the house rules of an Airbnb? Is there interesting live music in the city that I'm visiting? Or if you're visiting a university hospital for the first time as a patient, how do I get to Dr. Patel's office? You know, give me a map of this facility. And we all can do this through text messaging. So how does it work, right? The process is very simple but powerful. So if you're listening to my pitch and you think this is an interesting proposition, you can put in a simple request. I want to meet with Bart, right? So that's the input request. That input request gets processed through our AI, gets analyzed through natural language processing, then it goes through a fulfillment process. So what we're doing is taking that request and say, oh, you want to meet with Bart? Well, let's send you a Calendly event. So you can directly set up a meeting and meet with him over the next couple of days at a convenient time for both. And then we provide that fulfillment process instantly through text message response. So we're really kind of automating a lot of simple questions that comes up at different events at different locations. So what's the benefits? How is this helpful, right? We're not only providing convenience, really, but we're also kind of giving you personalized assistance, and we're doing this 24/7 at the speed of light. So where do we get some traction here? 4 months ago, we called up Juan and said, we have an interesting idea on using innovative tool for a conference. And he allowed us to go into Citizal Capital and provide them with an AI text tool. During 2 days, we processed 1,400 text messages. People were asking, what's on the agenda? How can I meet with the speaker? And around 11:30, came a bunch of new questions in our text messaging tool. What's for lunch? People wanted to know what's for lunch. So we didn't know what was for lunch, but the next day we put it on our AI tool and we served the question. So since then, we ran the same platform at the next conference from Dan Roselli, RefTech Labs, and improved our backend, improved our speed by 50%. We took it to Europe. We implemented WhatsApp. We enabled it for 26 countries, 26 languages, and basically made it available for everybody from Europe and the Middle East attending that conference. Our next use case where we implemented this is actually in the hospitality business. So we combined our AI text tool with 3D mapping. So scan was done from a resort, and when you were at the reception desk, you wanted to know where you go to the Beach Cabana tool, and the AI tool will give you directions and at the same time provide you with the interface to showcase what it looks like, what are the waypoints on the way. Our biggest opportunity, I think, is actually in the vacation rental market. So if you think about this, this is 1.6 million rentals are done, vacation rentals are done every year in the United States. It's a $17.9 billion industry. And it's already very popular. You know, everybody knows Airbnb and the likes. And so what we've done is took one of those property that currently is in South Carolina, and provide them with our AI assistant tool. Who's the team? Experienced. Mitra, myself, and Greg have been working together for 4 years on various startups. This is my band of brothers from India. They're top-notch development teams and made this possible. I'm going to skip that, but where's our plan? Where are we going? Currently, we're processing 2,000 text messages per day. We want to go to 200,000 text messages a day in a short period of time. For that, we're seeking $300,000 of investment. The way we're going to use those funds is enhance our lead generation. We have about 1,500 opportunities in our database. We're going to enhance our technology, and we're going to protect our current patent protection by enhancing it with the new tools that we're making available. So we're really kind of at the very start of this journey. We think it's an immense opportunity, and love this community to be part of it.
Great.
Thanks, Bart. I had no idea you were at Seed of the South. That's good. Actually, that was my favorite slide. I love the slide that showed the practical use of the product. That was really well done. Interesting, because you focused in on conferences and hospitality, but obviously this could be, applied to any industry. I actually like the idea that you're going to focus in on those industries and really make this a rock-solid product before you expand. So it's going to be difficult to maintain that focus, but I think that's the way you enter the market. I see the application in both of those industries, so I think that's a great place to start with your product. One thing I worry about is just competitive solutions. There's plenty of email, generative AI solutions, there's chat solutions, and going downstream to text messaging seems like an easy next path. What does the competition look like out there?
Okay, yeah, so did a lot of research. So 5 months ago, I was, after Seed the South conference, so 4 months ago after Seed the South conference, I went to Las Vegas. And I went to every single major hotel and tried to figure out, do they have an AI text solution available for their facility? None of them had. Today, or yesterday, a friend of mine staying in Las Vegas, and he showed me that one of the major hotels currently had a simple, keyword-based solution available for the customers. So one tells me there's product market fit.
And is there a person behind that solution?
In many cases, there's a person behind that solution. Or it's very simple keyword-driven. What we're providing as a solution is actually not focusing on those big hotels, but taking it to the boutique hotels, the property management companies that are not as tech-savvy, and we can implement a new property in about 15 minutes and make a number available, and it can be operational right away. So that's our strength to market from that perspective. You're right. This technology can be used in many applications. I just want to highlight one more. We work with a health tech startup company, and their current process was, their users was somebody in finance, need to know what is the price of a medical device. The current process for them is go to the URL, do the password reset, because they forgot their password, log into the application, find the page, put in the number, and get the response. our alternative solution and what customers love is go to the AI-powered text messaging tool, put the reference number, and it goes against the database to get you the price in a formulated, nice way of what the answer is. So it's 50% more faster than the traditional web application, and so much more convenient.
One thing I find with, like, I love to use chat on websites, and one thing I find is that I'll hit a dead end, and then you really want a person. So the better you can be with solving the person's issue with text messages, the better, because I find 80% of the chats I get into, I'm just like, all right, I need an agent at this point. One company that does a really good job with text messaging here in Charlotte is Skiptown. So we have 2 pets that we, board at Skiptown. But there is a human behind that. But that's another application to think about, is that there's people asking questions about their pets all the time. So again, I think you should stay focused in your sweet spot for right now, but the opportunities seem to be endless.
Thanks, Ron. A couple of, I'm going to date myself again here. That's not hard to do, by the way. But I'm going to go back. I ran a little innovation team at Bank of America 30 plus years ago. Boy, I really am dating
You just
myself.
dated yourself.
I knew that. But one of the companies we invested in back then was a company called Inquirer. And what Inquirer did was it actually allowed you to ask natural language questions on every page of the bank's website. And it was able to differentiate between, if you asked what is an IRA, it actually knew you were talking about a financial instrument as opposed to a terrorist organization, right? So that type of technology, the point I'm making here, has been around a long time. Now, having said that, for those of you that are still Bank of America customers and you're using Erica, the chatbot that the bank has spent a lot of money in, the number of, talk about hitting dead ends. If you go and ask, questions of that chatbot, you're maybe getting the right answer a third of the time, right? Or an answer that's relevant to you, and then the other times you're hitting that dead end. And so I do think with this type of thing, you've got to be, it would be interesting. And is your technology better, and is it actually going to avoid getting that understanding of the question to the point where you're not going to run into those dead ends?
So it's based on a knowledge base. So right now it is usually programmed to say, if it's not my knowledge base, I cannot help you. But where we're taking this next is what's called in LLM technology function calling. And so we can grab, for instance, kind of an interaction, if there's 3 or 4 times an interaction that happens on the same topic, that we can say, okay, we divert you to a live person. We can also implement with function calling anything that's available through an API. So you think about a reservation of a room at a boutique hotel. There's tons of APIs available that we can then kind of directly interact with through traditional web technology directly for our LM. So that's going to kind of unlock a number of initiatives that are not inside our knowledge base, but are kind of the natural progressions of the interaction with our text messaging platform.
Right, we got it. And then I'm going to reiterate something that Rob said. The use cases, I'm a huge fan, right, of here are the quick use cases. Here's where we've been successful. And again, the fact that you got those and you're only 4 months old is wonderful. I'm also, again, given this was an investor-focused pitch, back to the competition. As I was saying, there are companies that have been doing versions of this for 30 plus years, and I know you skipped over, there was a slide, but you skipped over it, which is fine, but don't do that doing a real presentation. And I would highly recommend a Magic Quadrant type of chart to be able to show it visually and where you are and how you differentiate, and especially something in this space which is very crowded. And on that point, I'm going to reiterate what Rob said, right? The fact that you're focused on a niche is really important here. You should continue to do that. Get some strength, get some success in a certain space, and then you can worry about moving horizontally in other industries afterwards. But I think it's really important here. If you get something that's working, you're getting some traction, stay focused on that, especially at the early stage. And then the last point on team, for all of you, by the way, because everybody seemed to put team last, you need to put team first in your presentation. Because again, as an investor, that's what are they investing in? They're investing in team, and then everything else after that. But
For people that want to give a run, all right, my usual practice is don't do a live demo against the test system. This is a test system, but you can still text to these 3 numbers and you will be connected with kind of live implementations of a hotel in Greece. You know, ask weird questions in 26 different languages. I like to see what the response are. A nonprofit that's soon going to be implemented around financial accuracy, and then a property in Seabrook Island that's make it available as an Airbnb host. Thank you.
All right, thank you.